got 17. And Morgan Paschal now with a new career high in rushing. He's got 97 yards. He's close to 100 yards. Mavante Beasley is 4 shy of 100 yards. Clock running. Orange up 14-0 in the fourth quarter. Misdirection handoff and running to the right. Beasley held up at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much of anything there with 1:13 remaining. Beasley, in fact, lost a yard, I believe, there. No, they're going to say no gain.
No gain, yep.
So Beasley's going to stay at 96. Paschal is at 97, and we've got 1 minute to go in the game. Paschal dots the I. Puckett in there as the fullback. It's going to be Paschal running outside on the right. Looks to cut it up.
There.
He's hit from the side, but Morgan Paschal will run out close to the 26. And if that gain stands, that's going to put him right at 100 yards. And Morgan Paschal will get his first 100-yard rushing game right on the dot. 11 carries, 100 yards. He is the 5th Panther to run for 100 yards this year. And Orange is going to run one more play here. Ryan Puckett needs 22 for 100. It'll be a toss running outside on the left. It's Beasley stumbling forward past the 25, trying to get out to the 23. Beasley taken down. He got 4 yards, and Beasley is going to wind up with 100 yards exactly, and that's the game. So Beasley got 4 yards out of that. And that will do it. Orange has managed to win one here on the road tonight, and they win 2 games in the span of 4 days. None of them very pretty, but the Panthers win here tonight, and they have dual 100-yard rushing games from Mervante Beasley and Morgan Paschal, each of them finishing, remarkably enough, with exactly 100 yards rushing. And the Panthers win here tonight in another grinding, rugged affair in Henderson. And the two teams shaking hands, and what will probably be among the last games these two teams will play for a very long time. Northern Vance leaving the Big 8 Conference after this season. They will move down to 2A football along with Oxford Webb. And considering that Northern Vance is a town, and really Henderson is a town that isn't growing all that much, the surrounding area, Cottrell, and it's not an area where you're likely to see them move up in enrollment anytime soon, Shane. This could be the last time in our lifetimes that these two teams meet on the football field as conference rivals.
Right. It'll do them a lot of good to get to move to 2A with the numbers they have. But, back when we played, it was just Vance. Then they switched.
Yep.
You remember they made a Northern and a Southern.
Yep. Would you believe my beautiful listener in Dublin, California just started listening right now?
Wow.
And she just turned it on, and it's just now over.
I blame the time difference.
I blame the time difference and illness. That's what I blame.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, if she wasn't listening in the first half, there wasn't much to listen to.
Yeah,
Believe
right.
me on that. We'll go over that in just a second. But first, the final score here tonight from Henderson. Orange wins it 14-0. They are now 8-0. They are 3-0 in the Big 8 Conference. Northern Vance takes the loss. They are 4-4. They are 1-2 in the Big 8. We'll come back after this on HillsboroSports.com.
A friendly welcome awaits one of the great public golf courses in North Carolina. Okanichi Golf Course is proud to be the home course for the Orange Panthers and the Cedar Ridge Red Wolves men's and women's golf teams. They're open to the public with memberships starting as low as $200. Okanichi is a locally owned third-generation family business with some of the best champion Bermuda greens in the area. Visit okanichi.com for more information. Or you can call 919-732-3435 to schedule a lesson, purchase gift cards, or learn more about tee times. And come meet me at Okanichi.
Angie, your purse looks great. Where did you get it embroidered?
Oh, thanks. My family got it for me at Happy Stitches in Hillsboro. It was a surprise for my birthday.
It looks so professional. Does Happy Stitches do only purses?
No, they monogram t-shirts, bags, stickers, coolers, beach bags, magnets, even Christmas ornaments. You name it, they do it.
Perfect. With the holidays coming up, I've been looking for something for my Christmas tree. I'll visit Happy Stitches today.
Call Wendy Allison at Happy Stitches today. Call 919-644-8455. That's 919-644-8455.
Count on the experts at Goss Pump Specialists for all your filtration system and well pump installation needs. Goss Pump Specialists has been serving Durham and surrounding areas for over 65 years. They install all types of well pumps and filters, including reverse osmosis systems. They also sell, install, and service a complete line of quality water softening and conditioning equipment, including chemical-free filters. Mention this ad, and you'll get $50 off your next project. Call Goss Pump Specialists at 919-477-3222. That's 919-477-3222. Or go online at gosswellpumpspecialists.com.
The Carolina Hilltopper Lacrosse Program is a proud sponsor of HillsboroSports.com. They've been teaching the game of lacrosse to young men in Orange County for over 6 years, with great results for many players who enjoy successful high school and collegiate careers. 49 players have played with the Hilltopper Lacrosse Program, then gone on to play at NCAA schools in the last 5 years alone. If you want to play select lacrosse with veteran coaches, check out HilltopperLAX.com and register for the upcoming fall season.
Jeff Hamlin, Shane Thompson with you, and Orange is in such a hurry to move on and get ready for Cedar Ridge that they've already broken up the huddle and they're walking off the field. Half the team's already off the field and headed to the bus right now, and it's been that type of night, really that type of week for Orange. They haven't had a real football atmosphere. I don't know if that's affected the team or not, but frankly, they haven't played all that well since the Southern Durham game, but they have won. And Orange is now 8-0 as the Panthers won here tonight over Northern Vance 14-0. What will concern Pat Moser is Orange's sloppiness from the first half, where the Panthers just couldn't do anything offensively. Once again, the defense came ready to play, but Orange made 4 turnovers in the first half, 3 interceptions, and a fumbled punt. That ruined several opportunities for them to get drives going. And then the one time they did have a sustained drive, a chop block penalty really killed that, as they had penetrated all the way to the Northern Vance 34. But after that 15-yard penalty, the drive stymied out. Orange tried to go with a halfback pass, and Peyton Wilson threw it away on his first pass attempt of the season. Northern Vance, though, just couldn't get going tonight offensively at all. This was easily the best defense they faced, clearly. And take a look at their totals for the game. The leading rusher was Simmons, their running back. That's Jonathan Simmons, and he wound up with 10 carries and only 15 yards. He had 17, 20.
I think most of it was one run.
Yeah, it was 1 yard runs here and there. You got 17, 20, and then you take away the -6 there, so that's 14. 14, 21, 27, and it was 50 yards of offense tonight for Northern Vance. That was it. This is the 5th time this year that Orange has held an opponent to under 100 yards, and on top of that, it's the 2nd time this week because Northwood only had 63 yards total offense.
Right, wow.
So it tells you all you need to know about what Orange is using to beat opponents. But, Shane, you can't look past the fact that this is a Northern Vance team that comes off a game against Southern Durham last week where they gave up 41 points. Orange was inefficient, and this was a game all the way through. This was never, ever a game that was a threat to be a blowout. So now you wonder exactly where this Orange team is in terms of offensive football and whether it's enough to be good enough to sustain a good long playoff run.
Whatever he said, it was fast.
Yep.
You know, you wonder if he said, we're going to just forget about this. starting over this week. This week coming up. I'm
Yep.
not sure how he addressed the team, but this Northern Vance team, they were Southern blew them out, but they had their starting quarterback back this week for us.
Yep.
And he played well.
Elijah Stewart played hard, and he wound up 8 of 15 tonight was Stewart, and he was the one that made sure that Northern Vance got in the positive area for total offense. He had 46 yards passing. But Orange wound up with 2 100-yard rushers in this game. That's the first time that's happened this year. Morgan Pascal had 100 yards, his first 100-yard rushing game. Got that on 11 carries, and Mavante Beasley had 100.
And just think what they would have had
if it wasn't for holding penalties. Yeah. It was a night of holding penalties for Orange. They got called for 6 different holds in this game.
There
and
were
a chop block.
4 or 5 were pretty big, important plays.
Yeah.
With a good chunk of yardage there.
In fact, if you go back to the early portion of the third quarter, Orange was fighting to get its first score of the game, and it looked like that drive would stall out. In fact, Orange got the ball all the way down to where were they here? Just looking back at my notes, I had to cross out a lot of things because of penalties, but they got the ball to the 11 after a 4-yard run by Ryan Puckett. Puckett got the ball again on a 2nd and 6, and he was called for, there was a holding penalty after he got the ball, carried it inside the 5, and Orange wound up going all the way back. They went from the 7-yard line all the way back to the 28 because of penalties. Then came an 8-yard pass from Schmid to Puckett, and then really the play of the game, Ryan Evans on that reverse. Scoring, Cody Evans, I should say, scoring on the reverse from 20 yards out. So Evans scored to make it 7-0 with 2:21 remaining in the third quarter, and Orange scored right after that as the touchdown wound up going on a huge play for Orange on the very next drive, and the Panthers wound up winning here tonight in a game that they needed to have a 35-yard run by Morgan Pascal as Orange just zipped down the field in 2 plays. First play of the fourth quarter, in fact, was Pascal scoring on that 35-yard run. And for Morgan Pascal, he winds up with his 2nd touchdown of the year. Cody Evans scored his first rushing touchdown tonight. It was his 4th touchdown overall on the year. So Mavante Beasley with 100 yards rushing exactly. Morgan Pascal with 100 yards rushing exactly. And Ryan Puckett fell 2 yards shy of setting his career high for rushing, which was 80 yards against Burlington Cummings. He wound up with 78 yards tonight on 10 carries. We're going to pause for a final timeout, come back, and wrap up this broadcast here tonight from Henderson. Orange beats Northern Vance 14-0 on HillsboroSports.com.
If you need flowers for that special occasion, look no further than the Flower Patch in Hillsboro. A family-owned and operated business since 1982, the Flower Patch delivers in Hillsboro throughout northern Orange County, including Cedar Grove, Efland, and parts of Rougemont and Hurdle Mills. Stop by their shop in North Churchton Street and check out various gifts, including candles, vases, frames, scarves, jewelry, and novelty signs. Go to flowerpatchhillsboronc.com today for more information. The Flower Patch. Send a little sunshine today.
Where did you say we're going after church today?
Oh, Jay's Chicken Shack on North Churton Street in Hillsboro.
What's there?
Oh, they have deep pressure fried chicken. It's a delicious recipe with great flavoring. They have great grilled chicken pitas. You can put gyro meat on there with a salad.
That's great. I can't wait to.
Plus, they have breakfast all day, including Saturday and Sunday, and they have delicious beef ribs, hamburgers, and chicken gizzards.
Okay, thanks, Dad. I have to get dressed.
And for dessert, they have homemade banana pudding and peach cobbler, plus Hershey's ice cream, which you'll just love.
Thank you, Dad.
They customize also all their sandwiches with whatever toppings you want, and now they deliver within a 3-mile radius. They're family-owned in Hillsboro.
Mom!
Jay's Chicken Shack is open 7 days a week at 646 North Churton Street in Hillsboro. Call 919-732-3591 and ask about their catering services.
Our vehicles wind up in accidents from time to time, but where should you go if the exterior of your vehicle is damaged? Look no further than the folks over at Cardin's Body and Paint Shop, located at Highway 157 in Caldwell. For over 30 years, William, Greg, John, and Dennis have been taking care of the people in Caldwell and their vehicles whenever they've been caught up in a fender bender. So contact the folks at Cardin's Body and Paint Shop if your car winds up in an accident. Call 919-732